The safety of anyone on the demonstrations trail is not guaranteed, neither from the protesters who are in many instances charged or from the enforcers of the law, the police, who should be their defenders. Tonight, NTV shares exclusive images that show just how police officers act in excess even when their efforts to repel protesters have borne fruit, lobbing tear gas canisters into a vehicle after continuously firing canisters towards an armed journalist. NTV's Dan Mwangi has the pictures.
Out of the cloud of smoke from tear gas canisters and the crowd of charged protesters, some of whom are hurling stones at the police, is the convoy in which Azimio leader Raila Odinga and his team are moving. The vehicles are tucked into the sea of demonstrators as they make their way down the road between Embakasi and Pipeline in Nairobi. The lead vehicle is followed by that which has media teams on board. This has a sound system which enables the media to get connected to the audio system for clear reception when the leaders speak on the microphones. Then, more tear gas. The crowds disappear into the clouds of smoke. The convoy is now on the front line. As the vehicles were being fired at, the tear gas got overwhelming. The men hanging on the side of this lead vehicle, KCH 822R, drop off and run for that much desired and needed breath. The driver opts to turn back, as is the case with the other vehicles in the convoy. As the U-turns are being made, the media vehicle, KBB 233B, is now at the front, the most vulnerable, and its occupants begin to flee. The driver as well also abandons the vehicle. The journalists atop the SUV are seen raising their hands in surrender, but the police will not surrender on their affront. The water cannon truck swings into action, complementing the tear gas, which is still being lobbed. It's an active scene. The vehicles with the leaders turn, leaving the media vehicle. The journalists, some of whom are badly injured, manage to come down and seek refuge. The driverless vehicle sits between a wet road and deserted sound equipment, windscreen damaged, cables hanging, and canisters and stones littered around it. The backs of the Raila Odinga convoy turned to the vehicle as they drive in the opposite smoky direction. While one would expect calm to be the case here, the police are yet to be done with their assignment. This series of images shows a man in civilian clothing, masked and armed, breaking the windscreen with his gun, piercing through and shooting a canister into the vehicle. If there was anyone left in the car, this would do them damage. As he does that, the other officers, some in uniform and another who would likely be presumed to be a bystander before the drama ensued, appear ready to take out anyone who the tear gas may smoke out of the car. The shooter walks away, then comes back for another round, this time breaking the driver's window and firing yet another canister into the vehicle. After this, it seems his work is done, going by the fact that he checks his gun and walks away. Dan Mwangi, NTV.